All right, YouTube, Counter Punch Boxing, technical difficulties. Look, I tried to put up like 2 or 3 videos in the past 2 or 3 days, and for whatever reason, I had the settings wrong and they look terrible, so I just delete. Okay, so now, we got that out of the way. Okay, I know a lot of people are hitting me up asking me what happened, but yeah, I've actually put up like 3 videos in 3 days. I deleted them all, so here we are. So I'm gonna try to kind of backtrack and touch on the points that I wanted to make. Point number 1, am I a Gennady Golovkin traitor, right? Am I a newfound Canelo fan, okay? Have I turned my back on Triple G, right? You know, it's just crazy. We'll get into it. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, there's nothing better than a good Gennady Golovkin interview where he can, adequately express himself and, basically tell you how he's really feeling. I mean, I love it when they have a translator and then they chit-chat back and forth, and they put that to text, and then we can, truly delve into his mind to find out what he really thinks. Because if you watch any interview, you guys know what Gennady Golovkin, it's very short, 1, 2, 3 word answers or questions or statements or comments or whatever. So yeah, we're going to go over that article because, again, I like it when I can really understand what he's trying to say. So look, let's kick it off with, the whole thing with Canelo Kovalev, right? I put out a lot of videos, literally just 100% supporting Canelo Kovalev, okay? And because of that, I'm a traitor, I'm a shield, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, okay? So number one, Golden Boy invited me to cover that fight in the email. In fact, I can show you guys the email. They wanted me to come, cover the fight as press. I declined, right? I declined. So, and I'm not going to get into why I declined, but I did decline. And, and I might, who knows, I might go, I don't know. And actually, I wanted to go cover the Gennady Golovkin fight, but the cutoff date for media was September 19th, and I was going to apply for my press creds on the 20th, and I missed it by 1 damn day. I can prove it. I can show you the application with the time and date stamp. So, whatever. What I'm telling you today is factual, meaning I'd rather go cover a Gennady Golovkin fight that I think isn't as appealing as a Canelo Kovalev fight, because I would rather support Golovkin than Canelo. Okay, you get it. I mean, it's not rocket science. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, here's the thing. I mean, I want you guys to understand, I am 100% honest on my YouTube channel. 100%. Well, we'll call it 90-10, because there is that element of clickbait. And, sometimes I'll say things to poke the bear, you know what I mean, to get a rise out of the Canelo fans or to keep things interesting, whatever. I mean, we all do it. But I'm like a 90-10 ratio, being honest, 100% honest, okay? But the thing I don't like is anytime I say anything remotely positive about Canelo Alvarez, I'm a sellout. I'm a traitor. You don't know anything about boxing. How could you? Amateur reporting. I mean, all these insults start, hurling my way. I don't understand it. If you go listen to the video I made, kind of defending Canelo Kovalev, I laid out facts. I was truthful. I was honest. I mean, as honest as I can be as a human being, but I'm accused of being a traitor, a Golovkin hater, a Canelo fanboy, which is crazy because I've made over 700 videos, people. 700, over 4 million, almost 5 million views, okay? That's not counting other platforms. We're talking about YouTube only, and probably 70% of those videos are anti-Canelo, right? It's crazy. You're talking to the guy that has made a career out of hating on Canelo, but I make one video that says, yeah, I got to give him credit for that fight. I mean, I just have to, and I laid it out beautifully. Go listen. I'm not going to do it. It'll take me 20 minutes to explain why. I went over Kovalev's opponents. Canelo hasn't had a knockout, since 2016. It was Liam Smith and Amir Khan. 2-3 fights at welterweight, moving up to welterweight to defend a belt at middleweight. You guys know the history. Okay, I don't need to defend any of that or go over it, or repeat it rather. So my point is, I took all that into consideration. And the fact that Kovalev, his opponent's like Shabransky, like, what is he, like 6'4", 72 or 73.5 inch reach, he's huge. These guys are huge. They're like the size of, they're shrunken down heavyweights fighting Kovalev. And now we have Canelo Alvarez facing Kovalev. And all of a sudden, Kovalev, he's a washed up bum. And, it's another cherry pick and blah, 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 blah. So I don't agree with that. I simply don't agree with that. And because of my, my positioning on this, because of the way I feel, I genuinely, truly feel, I'm a traitor. I'm a piece of shit. I'm this, I'm dumb. I mean, you just go read the comments. It's absolutely crazy to me. And here's the thing. Here's something I want to touch on. Okay. You guys have to understand. And then people say, oh, you're trying to get subs. You're trying to make money. Okay. Do you realize if I cover the entire Canelo Kovalev fight, if I put out clickbait after clickbait after clickbait after clickbait videos on Canelo Kovalev, I might make a $20 bill. Okay, I might make a $20 bill. So it's crazy when I hear that oh, you're just trying to make money off of it, and you're selling out. It's completely crazy. I don't think you guys understand how things truly work on social media platforms. In fact, it serves me the opposite. Okay, because if I say anything positive about Canelo, then, the people that are loyal to my channel, they turn their back, they run, they hate me, they change their mind. Okay, I used to like this guy, now I don't. So if anything, I'm kind of stabbing myself in the back or in whatever, they shoot myself in the foot. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's counterproductive for me to support Canelo. So again, I'm just being honest. I'm going to get on here. I'm always going to be honest. So, okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. And I had a lot of comments. One more thing I do want to touch on. I had a lot of comments, okay, very hateful, personal comments. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I've had, again, I told you guys, 5 million views. I think right now we're at nearly 500,000 comments collectively, across social media, over 500,000 comments. I've blocked a total of maybe 10 people on YouTube. 10. Out of literally hundreds of thousands of people in comments, I've blocked 10. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you that is because, I believe in freedom of speech. You can express yourself however you like, okay? And I never block people for that. But what I don't like is when it gets personal, and there's a lot of guys doing that, and I was very offended by it, I mean, you could say, hey, I don't agree with you, here's why, whatever, you don't know shit about boxing, whatever, all your talking points, that we all throw around. Fine, that's cool, but when you make it personal, that's where I kind of draw the line. So, so again, I was just attacked over this. So it's crazy to me, the double standard. It's a complete double standard in boxing, and I've pretty much fallen victim to it, and I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. And and truthfully, it makes me not want to make videos on YouTube anymore. Because what's the point? Not making any money, right? I mean, I basically do this for the boxing fans, okay? I mean, because I don't hardly get anything out of it. I mean, honestly, it's a ton of research, a ton of work. It's a headache, but it's something that I used to really enjoy and love, but it's getting to the point to where I don't enjoy it anymore, because, I guess I need to just quit reading comments, maybe that's what needs to happen because, yeah, I just couldn't believe the backlash from loyal followers, from people that I thought were friends. So anyway, that's all I'm going to really say to that. Okay, so let's get to the actual interview. And first, there's another thing I want to talk about with Gennady Golovkin. Okay, he keeps talking business, business, business. Now, what I don't like, again, I'm being 100% honest, okay? What about legacy, right? I mean, the dude has made, and I'm not just, what? We're not going to focus on Golovkin. We can take a Tyson Fury, a Canelo, whoever. These guys have made millions, tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars. Gennady Golovkin, $100 million contract. It's like, bro, you got the business on lock, okay? You don't need to worry about the business. You need to worry about your legacy because your career is winding down, okay? So I do get a little bit, tired of Golovkin talking about, It's business. It's all business. Okay. It's like, oh, we get it. We get it, you know, but you also have like $100 million. So can we talk about legacy, legacy, legacy? Okay. So that's where I get a little irritated with Golovkin's recent public appearances. Okay. Because every video I click on, it's money, business, this, that, and the other. Okay. So, it's kind of like, Money Mayweather. Here we go. It's all about money and business. So, but anyway, that's just a kind of a bone that I have to pick with Gennady Golovkin. But I will say he is still, to this day, if not the, or one of the, he's one of my most favorite fighters on the planet and of all time. I mean, he's in my top 5 of all time. Okay, that's a hard list to get on. Okay, and I can even make a video and give you guys my top 5 and why. And you'd probably be surprised who they are. I mean, going back to Sugar Ray Robinson, I'll give you that one, okay? He's in the top 5. Okay, so again, there's no hate here. I'm the biggest Gennady Golovkin fan on YouTube probably, but I'm going to be honest. So right here, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez is so horrible for boxing, I don't understand who supports him. I was like, ouch, wow. So again, this article, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I can put a link in the description box below, and you guys can check it out right here. One of the question on if he was surprised Canelo decided to move up to fight Kovalev instead of taking a third fight against Gennady Golovkin. Now, you guys know Triple G, Canelo should have had that September 14th date. I was going to cover that as press. I was really excited, but we all got let down. I'm not going to sit here and cry. We all got let down. Golovkin says about, Canelo taking on Kovalev, I'm going to paraphrase here a little bit because Golovkin kind of speaks a little bit broken English. So he says, no, it wasn't a big surprise for me. He says, surprise, like, we have deal DAZN for September 14th, like Independence Mexican Day. He said, no, this is surprise. Nobody understands why. Of course, he want to fight with Kovalev. He talked with him like, okay, this is a deal with him and Kovalev, it's his business deal. Okay, so Golovkin saying it's business. It's all about money. I don't want to touch this deal, I remember we had a business for September 14th. He said, no, it's finished. I just forgot him. Okay, and again, I made probably 10 videos completely bashing Canelo for ducking. I mean, straight up, probably one of the biggest ducks in boxing history. Okay, but no one gives me credit or praise for that. Okay, so I say, I like the Kovalev Canelo fight, and all of a sudden I'm a piece of shit. So whatever. Okay, of course he wants to fight Kovalev. He talks with him like, okay, this deal with him, Sergey Kovalev, it's business deal. Okay, sorry, that was the same thing. Okay, now on how he reconciles having unfinished business with Canelo, knowing a lot of fans believe that Gennady Golovkin beat Canelo, and I'm among them. I know. I mean, it is a fact that Gennady Golovkin beat him in the original fight, and the second fight, I would have been okay with a draw, but I edged it to Gennady Golovkin. Okay, he said, I feel very comfortable. I told you, I had a good experience from the last couple of years. I know who this guy is. I know who his promotional company is. I'm paraphrasing, just like right now. Just every time bad, every time bad situation right now, I just don't want to touch this bad, like dirty situation. I don't want to, because this is not my stuff and this is not my side. It's his side. I don't want to touch this. So Golovkin is saying basically, okay, that, about the trilogy, he's like, look, I washed my hands of it. Canelo, dirty fighter, dirty business, didn't keep his word. Oscar De La Hoya, they're all dirty. And who would know better than Gennady Golovkin? So, you got to believe it. But I do think a lot of the blame, 90% of the blame falls on Canelo, right? Really, I think, of course, Oscar wanted that fight. Eric Gomez, Golden Boy, of course they wanted that fight. Especially DAZN. I mean, the world wanted that fight. And Canelo is the one who said no. So that's what Golovkin is referring to. He says, I don't understand who support this guy. He's so horrible for boxing, for business, for everything. I mean, harsh words, okay? It goes on, if he never gets a chance to fight Canelo again. So they're like, all right, Triple G, if you never fight Canelo again, how do you feel about that? He says, my point, I just told you. I have experience now. I have partner relationship with his own, It's better for me, of course. It's better for me if I have a fight. If he's not coming like last time, it's no problem. Just I have a lot of names. I have beautiful guys, great champions. I have a lot of options right now. I have a good position. I'm in a good position. I work with a lot of great people from Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, collaborations. We have a good view for future. Why not? I have a lot of good ideas for the future. Okay, Canelo shows his face like he talked very bad about his promoter, his matchmaker, his manager. I don't want to touch these guys. Not for me. Okay, now again, we're going to be honest, okay? And hopefully you've made it this far. We're going to be honest, okay? Gennady Golovkin says, Canelo is spreading his business. He's talking bad about his matchmakers. We know they had the Twitter feud and all of that. Sorry, guys, I'm digging through my drawer as I talk right now. They had the Twitter feud and everything, but Gennady Golovkin also had a very public feud with Abel Sanchez and pretty much anyone related to the old Triple G team, okay? So I don't quite understand why he would say, well, Canelo's like publicly feuding with his promoter and matchmakers and blah, 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 blah. When, it was like probably the biggest bombshell news story of 2019 was Gennady Golovkin fires Abel Sanchez. And then Golovkin went on and made some pretty nasty comments. And so did Abel Sanchez. We know Abel's all about that. But, surprisingly, Gennady Golovkin, said a lot of things that were pretty harsh. And he used the media as a vessel, right? He used the media as a vessel to get that message, to whoever he wanted to get it to. So I don't understand why he would criticize Canelo, for having a Twitter beef or whatever with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion. Just like, remember the whole Ryan Garcia thing, whatever, right? Because he did the same thing. But I do, in my own opinion, yeah. These guys are grown men. They're businessmen. They're professionals. The money that's on the table is ungodly, unbelievable. So you would think that, they would handle situations like that a lot better. I would think. So, I'm surprised too with that, with that comment. So, but guys, look, I'm probably going to leave it there. I don't want to babble too long. Sorry, guys. I'm walking while I make this video. But, just to kind of touch on a few things again. Look, I want you guys to know, hopefully you made it this far. I absolutely love boxing. Okay, you guys know I have an amateur background in boxing. I grew up around boxing. To this day, I still spar, I still train. It's my passion, my love, my joy, and hopefully one day it'll be a full-time job. I wouldn't do what I do every day on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and in real life if I didn't love the sport of boxing. And truth be told, I don't make any money. Okay, there's zero reward. There's not any materialistic type reward. Okay, there's no fame. There's no fortune. No one's mailing me boxing gloves and gifts, and there's nothing. It's basically all work and no reward. And hopefully, maybe in the future that'll change. But that's not what I care about. I do this for you, and I do this for boxing.